Hey Scorpio, welcome to your October 2020 reading. I got your card here. Oops, I still had Libra there. Okay, let me put Libra away. So if you're new to tarot, just a couple things to know. If the roles can be reversed. So if it sounds like, if I say like I'm describing you, it could be that I'm actually describing the other person. So just keep that in mind, that it could be vice versa. Cross watchers, more than welcome. And try not to get upset. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Don't worry, I get upset when I watch cross watchers sometimes too. I'm like, what? But yeah, sometimes it's not that way though. You'll know your story. What else? So if you see this outside of October 2020, just know that it could be past, present, future. We're all in kind of different spaces on the timeline. There's sometimes I've watched tarot readings for my zodiac sign that were like recorded a year earlier, and they're totally accurate for right now. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's get started. I'll do recent past, the present energy, and then the near future energy, and then some advice for you. Sound good? Okay, let's get started. What would you like Scorpio to know? What was the recent past for Scorpio? Clear messages that you think is most relevant for the collective Scorpios, please. I'm Scorpio moon and rising, so I'm hoping there's something in this for me too. Saturn as well. Okay, so in the recent past, I think you had a situation with a lot of emotions. There was like a deep emotional connection with somebody. One of you might be significantly older. If not, one of you I think was at a way higher maturity level than the other. But the emotions were reciprocal. You both felt the same way, and it was very watery, dreamy, beautiful. I think it felt like a really beautiful faded connection. Emotions being expressed freely, openly. Let's see if that's still going on, or what happened, or what the situation is here for Scorpios. Okay, so yeah, wow, this was definitely love for sure. Like, beautiful. I think it felt really beautiful. It could be that you've currently just met somebody and that's how you're feeling about them too, because this is like kind of the recent past, though recent past could be like a year, 2 years ago, it depends. But you could have met somebody and you've really felt this way about them, and it was mutual. It was definitely a mutual love between the two of you. Looks really beautiful, actually. Okay, so that's all it's giving me for now. Let me just get one more clarifier here. Want to tell me anything else about this, please? Any little note? 9 of Swords. Okay, so with this also came a lot of mental anguish. I think staying up all night thinking about things, worrying, perhaps even insomnia, worrying about this connection. I think you had a lot of like intuition attached to it as well too. I want to go a little bit more. Why the 9 of Swords? Because this looks so beautiful. So why did the 9 of Swords end up here? Okay, we're getting a little bit more answers here. It's getting a bit juicier. Okay, so things started out this way, and then I think somebody became really closed off. And I think that you might have started intuitively sensing that there were a lot of things about this person that you don't know, that you couldn't see. So either you started closing off a bit, or they started closing off a bit. I think you sort of sensed like maybe a hidden danger. Like you felt all of these beautiful things with this person, but I think you also felt a bit of like hidden danger happening as well. Like there were just things that you couldn't see or you didn't know, but you felt it on an intuitive level. Like you just kind of like, Scorpios are so intuitive and can just kind of like sense things. So I think you could sense something was not all that it seemed to be, and I think you were wondering if maybe there was an illusion to this person. Like they're emotionally expressive, you guys were really in it, like fell in love. It was reciprocal, but I think you felt like there was something shady under the surface that you just couldn't quite put your finger on and you couldn't quite understand. Let's some more cards. What else for Scorpios? Okay, so I don't know if this person was in a relationship, married, or if you guys were like in a really, you like maybe went into a really high level of commitment with this person, like you thought this could be the one type of thing, and I think you both were like in a super committed relationship, but still you sensed something under the surface, or maybe this person wears a mask, or there's some things that you just don't understand, or you couldn't quite see or peg about this situation or this person. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into the current energy too right now. Because it's, yeah, let's go. What's currently the situation here? This could be a family member, work, love. I'm thinking love because there's so many emotions involved. But it could, you know, it could be friends, family, whatever. It was emotional to you, like even if it's a work situation where things weren't all that it seemed, or it was like your dream job. It seemed like there could be you sensing that there's just not all that it seems to be. Current situation, we have strength. So, get some more. Okay. So, current situation right now is I think you are really relying on your inner strength to kind of, you're sort of taming the beast as well. I think that like you're just trying to practice a lot of restraint, especially a lot of emotional restraint. I don't know why. Why? Okay, so you might have had to leave this situation behind, or you are thinking about it right now, or you currently are leaving it away. And I think that I think it was because of secrets, or you're thinking of leaving because of secrets, things you just can't quite see. You might not even have all the answers either, but you kind of are okay with that. You sort of know, like, I might not ever know the whole truth, but I've got to like walk away from it, walk away from this emotional situation. And I think that's taking a lot of inner strength, a lot of emotional restraint, and I think you've turned your back on this situation. Let me clarify again. And you're walking right now, not without regret, not without nostalgia, but you're walking anyway. Let me just get, sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, so I think this person felt like a soulmate to you, and you know, they might still even be a soulmate. But sometimes we're not with our soulmates forever. I think you might be walking away right now and maybe thinking to revisit this like at a different time. It's taking a lot of inner strength. I think you are just trying to close things out for now, but part of you is still thinking there might be some kind of reconnection again in the future. You don't know, but you're sort of kind of taking that chance that you gotta close out this right now and go for, you'll all have your own reasons why you've got to do that, but I think that's your general vibe right now. So you got the world there. Maybe you can see it in the Six of Cups. Okay, so I'm gonna check and see what's coming up for the near future. Okay, so what is coming up in the near future for the Scorpios that are watching and our cross watchers? What energy is coming up in the near future? Oh, I have a card. Oh, it wasn't. Never mind. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, this is just a side note. If any of you are waiting for a message, it's gonna come. Wish fulfillment. So, That's just a side note. If you're waiting for a message regarding, you know, work, project, love, anything, if you're waiting for the message, you'll know which message you're waiting for. It's going to come, and that'll please you as well. Also, I read these cards as coming up in your near future that you're going to make some forward progress, especially regarding projects, things that you're passionate about. It's going to start picking up a momentum, and it might be fast as well. So be prepared for that. Like if you're working on something and, you know, it's felt kind of stagnant, I think there's going to be like a lot of progression, and it's going to happen fast. You're going to be quite happy with that. So you'll know what it is. It's 9 of Cups, which is the wish card. So whatever you're wishing for to move forward will. Ooh, that's great news. Okay, what else we got? The Empress. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm feeling like this is less about love, and this is more about you, your self-worth, projects, work, things you're thinking of, that you're just kind of putting into creative as well, creative projects. It's going to be like great. It's going to be great. You have the Empress, so it's going to bring some abundance. The creativity is flowing. I think coming up, you're going to feel a sense of, you know, contentment and emotional satisfaction after having to walk away from whatever you were leaving behind. It's going to be okay. Like you upcoming have a sense of contentment, independence, and see these people, here in these cards are both by themselves. So I think you're going to be feeling a lot of self-worth, contentment with yourself, and you might just be, if you're on your own right now, you might be feeling, you're going to start feeling really comfortable just being single. If you're not single, I think you might just be really happy with the sense of independence that you have outside of your relationship. Like just really, I don't see any codependence or needing anyone else, just a really good sense of self and being content with yourself, regardless of your situation. Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? Okay, let me get some advice. That's some good energy coming up. I like it. Things have been rough this like last little bit for certain signs, Scorpio being one. Okay. So let's get some advice coming up for Scorpio. What do you want me to tell them? Okay. Okay, so somebody that might have done you dirty in the past will be making a reappearance. And I think it might have to do with an apology as well. So if you're looking for an apology of somebody that did do something wrong, I do think you'll get it. I think your soulmate, that person that we saw at the very beginning, might have kind of done you wrong, injustice in some way. That's less advice and more prediction. So we have the 5 of Cups. So I think that disappointment, regret, depression that you sort of felt with this situation is going to start kind of falling away. But be warned, this person that is going to return, the injustice person, I think that they are emotionally manipulative. Could be a little bit like playing on your emotions, guilt trips, pity parties, using emotions to get their way with you, feeling so just be prepared when they come back that they might do that, express a lot of guilt and whatnot. But I just get one more. I don't think that their intentions are the best, though. They could have, if they put you in some kind of third party situation or you sensed that there was somebody else, I think that is gone. But that could also be the reason why they're coming back, is they wanted to like fuck around and you know, flirt or do whatever they were doing, and that's gone. Let's see more. Sorry, I got less advice and more prediction here. That's okay. So just be careful to draw a line in the sand I wouldn't necessarily like let this person close right away. I think you're a bit of the wounded warrior right now. So just keep your guard up a bit, as that's what I would say. Yeah. Keep your guard up. Look, there's two. So don't let anybody in so easily. You know, they might come with the sweet words and the apologies and the emotional manipulation, the sad story. They might even have a sense of like, poor me, even though they did the bad thing. Do you know what I mean? And then they have to like live with the consequences of their actions. And then now they're kind of like feeling sorry for themselves. They're feeling sorry for themselves even though they're apologizing and they know they did bad, but they're feeling bad for themselves even though they hurt you. Does that make sense? And then you got the World card. So the advice is close it out. But of course we all have free will, right? Okay, Scorpio, so I hope this helped. And yeah, I'll catch you next week. So take care and stay safe out there.